Good googly moogly, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the cabin. And not only is it Matt and myself, we are joined by one of our favorite guests, Rachel Gillis. That's right, everybody. She is back in the studio. And on today's episode, you know what? Let me just give you a couple of hashtags that might go along with this podcast here. Hashtag breast milk. Hashtag freaky ass porn. Hashtag Dane Cook. Hashtag Dane Cook was funny in 2005. Hashtag what women want. Hashtag apparently broad shoulders. And hashtag a Game of Thrones. Because in the second half of the podcast, that's right, it is House Whitney versus House Gillis in a Game of Thrones trivia hosted by none other than myself. And remember, an Evans will always smoke you out. Think green, everybody. SB for peace. Hold the door. Ha ha! Baba Booey.
Cabin fever.
I've never had it.
I get it. Can you explain that? Is there an explanation?
What?
I'm sure it's got to be something deep down in our brain somewhere from
A source of nutrients, I suppose.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying guys like breast milk?
It's a thing. Like
I didn't know that.
in the movies.
I would try it, but it's not like I got to go out of my way to get me some breast milk, and it's just out of curiosity.
You wouldn't have it on tap?
No, yeah,
it's
keg
like,
that shit.
I don't know. It's some kind of weird porn thing too. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
What are you getting into on the old internet? No, there is some really fucked up porn out there.
Yeah, there really is.
Really
Yes.
shitty porn, and I really feel bad for some of the newer generations watching this shit, and they're thinking oh, this is reality.
Normal?
No. Not the average human being. The average woman does not like being choked and beaten the shit out of, and maybe a little bit if you're both on the same
on that
level.
Vibe,
and you're
level.
both hey, we're going.
There's a conversation about is this okay?
Right. Exactly.
Is this all right? You don't
exactly.
just jump into that and hope it's okay.
Yeah.
Even past that, there's you're saying, there's got to be dudes watching chicks breastfeed or squirt milk or something.
Well, it's not even like that.
You tell me.
It's not even what okay, so I don't I don't.
Have you ever watched
porn?
Have
I watched porn?
Yeah.
Yes, I watched porn.
Okay, so as a female, what do you get out of it? Are you just observing what's going on, positions? Are you getting turned on? Is it just...
She said she doesn't watch it, though.
No, she said she's watched it
I've watched it before.
That's what I'm asking when she has watched it.
I actually, read pornographic material for my own enjoyment,
that's why it's
but I don't watch
women
it.
enjoy more of the reading it. That's why
it's fantasy
50
level.
Shades of Grey was so popular.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you enjoyed that, but that's why it was so popular.
I hated that story.
I tried reading it, and I'm like, this is garbage.
Well, first of all,
because I just got after reading Game of Thrones, which is this epic masterpiece, and
they have great sex scenes in there.
Oh, amazing! And then now I'm reading this trash that wasn't it? It was just fan fiction for
it reminds
Twilight
me,
or something.
Yeah, no, it really reminds me of an adult version of Twilight. That's what it was.
Yes.
It was okay, so we had all these 14 to 17-year-old girls reading Twilight. Okay, so now they've all graduated from high school. Let's write them a adult novel about fantasy, about this guy that's actually not a great boyfriend, who's kind of abusive. And the BDSM community hates that book because, in my understanding of BDSM, is that they are huge on consent and also acknowledgement of safe words and everything. Yeah. And there's I don't really remember the scene. It's the book reminds me it was awful writing, so I just kind of skimmed over a lot of it because even the sex scenes were she copied and pasted all of them.
Right.
It was everything that she it was a volcano of experience every fucking time. And I'm okay, so any other experiences you had? Like, anything else you got going on? Nothing. It was like, it was
So
exactly...
you did work your way through the entire...
I did the whole series.
I'm
a
What is it,
completionist.
3 books?
It's 3 books.
Three books.
Maybe she had only had sex herself one time and just kept going like,
Right.
This is how it was.
That's how it is. That's how it is.
Sandbags.
I don't know. I don't know. It was disappointing. Like, I just use online material. There's lots of...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish.
I was going to say, like, I choose to read pornographic material online rather than watch it. Just, I know that there's, like, a lot of safeguards now, but I've known people, and my mom, not personally, but has had friends who've had personal experiences with being victims of porn, where they were actually videographed against their will, like, photographed or videographed against their will in pornographic material and stuff like that. Like, my mom has never actually gone into explicit detail with me about it because...
That's crazy. That takes effort
terrible.
because that's like old school technology. It's not like grab a GoPro
that's
nowadays
so true.
and just throw it up. Like,
No.
you got to get like a...
I'm talking like
big-ass video camera.
butterfly effect kind of deal, where it's like you're being, you know, like you're in the basement and there's a video camera, like that kind of shit. Like,
okay,
yeah, not good stuff.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
like, and I know that there's stuff out there where it's portrayed like the rape fantasies and everything, which is huge, like in all forms, like however you want to view it. I don't want to say that anybody watches rape fantasies because I'm a fan of a rape fantasy myself, but it's just like there's a form of consent there also where the person that's in the rape fantasy with you knows that that's a fantasy that you're into, and you've talked about it and set it up ahead of time, and there's a safe word involved, and like it's not actually rape, but some of those that are online are actual rapes that you're seeing, and that's not okay ever. And for that to be, you know, we talked about that earlier, and we were going to have a podcast about that, about rape culture, about that being a thing.
Whenever you're ready, we can have an in-depth conversation about rape
But
culture
that's
here
like,
in
that's in
America.
porn, and that's in, you know, that's in rap songs and everything. But anyway, going on about that, like, that's why I choose to do literary porn. Also, my female brain is hardwired for that, more than, like, visual aspects. Like, it doesn't turn me on to see the like the insertion of a penis in a vagina. That does not get me hot, like, at all. The visualization of it, like actually seeing it, doesn't let my brain like fantasize about it myself.
No.
That's where that for like reading it for me is important. But I don't know if that's true for all females. I know plenty of girls that I've talked to who enjoy watching porn, and a lot of times it's actually like
younger or your same age, or just depends on the
just
girl.
women, women in general that where this like I somehow ended up in a conversation with them about watching porn or pornographic material. Like, do they masturbate? First of all, a lot of women don't masturbate, which is interesting to me. Secondly, if they masturbate, do they use tools or do they just use fingers, or what do they, you know? And then lastly, if they watch porn, what do they watch? That's just the subject, you know, that's just interesting to me as a fellow woman, also a human, like, coexisting on the same plane with them. Like, what do you do? Like, how does this happen? Like, human sexuality is very interesting because it's so varied from person to person.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
They used to have this show, I think it was called Real Sex, way back in the day. I think it was on HBO, or one of those channels, and every once in a while you just come across it at someone's house and you just start watching it. It's usually just these people that are into, it's usually couples that they come across. All the shit might have been completely staged and made up or whatever, but they made it seem like they were just coming across these couples and they just started talking about their sex life, what they're into, and I think they even showed like
Was it like
softcore
was it like
porn.
Late night?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Oh yeah. No, I totally. Yeah.
It was on for a long time.
I watched that.
Yeah, it was back in the 90s.
Yeah,
you know,
I watched
different
that.
time
Yeah, we
back
had
then,
like HBO for free, and I remember explicitly like this one couple having sex in a like water tank.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With, like,
See,
oxygen and toxin.
Yeah, they would
Because
it was, like,
explore these weird,
No, it was
weird
because
things people were into.
the freedom of the movement in the water. Like, they were able to just, like, she was
It's
able
like
to
zero
suspend
gravity.
it, and and just...
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah, just, like, watching people having
yeah.
sex, and it was, like, for me, as, like, a 14-year-old, you know, like, I'm just coming into my sexuality, like, I'm like, so that's how it's done, you know?
Right, yeah.
But, of course, it's, like,
So
in a
I have to
water
invest
tank. That
into
never
a water
happens.
tank now.
Scuba
Okay,
lessons
here we
before
go.
we get ready.
Deep sea diving. Here we go.
It's on your Christmas list.
Sea diving. Mhm.
Yeah.
Angel's just taking an interest in the ocean lately.
Oh, wow.
Sea stars, what? Tentacles, what?
She's getting some Japanese crazy shit
Hey.
over here. Hey-o. Well, I'm always fascinated, especially with women's perspectives, like where they're coming at, where they're coming from, because I just want to understand women, just so I can, like, eventually when I get back into a relationship, it's like I know as much as possible when I'm going into it, type of thing. And it's just fascinating how different people are, especially with their sexuality, which I'm sure could be, just when it comes down to even like pop culture. I don't care about Kim Kardashian, and then there are some people that are obsessed with her, you know?
Ugh. Yeah.
So it's just fascinating what people gravitate towards, too, what they're comfortable with, and I just love the whole diving into how people think and how people operate. So much fun.
How did we got started with this with breast milk. So,
Oh, that's right.
How does this correlate?
Thank you, Matt,
Yeah.
for bringing us
Thank you.
all
Full circle.
back.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I've stumbled across some stories, for instance, online, where they'll be writing it, and I'm, like, getting into it, and all of a sudden it's like the guy suddenly is like, oh, she had big titty, like, big breasts, and they were full of milk, and suddenly she's leaking, and I just had it, and I'm like, suddenly just turned off, because I don't understand the fixation with that at all.
Yeah.
And it's not even, like, a tag for the story. It's just suddenly there. And I had a conversation with somebody else about this, and I can't remember who it was, about how, like, breastfeeding grown men was a thing. And I don't know if it is a thing. I don't know, but that's just, like, it's
Oh, it's
true.
gotta be.
Probably
It's gotta be.
someone's
There are
kink.
dudes out there who are wearing
I'm
a
sure
diaper right now,
there's-
suckling on some poor woman's breast right now.
Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's offensive, but yes,
That's
to me, like,
There's billions of people on this planet.
and there's so many kinks.
Bound to be a
There's
bunch.
so many kinks, like,
Oh, yeah.
with, you know, and kink is this negative connotation, but, like, so many, yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't, not really a kink, but just,
Diversions.
Yeah.
Different tastes in sex,
Yeah.
like, whatever you prefer. And the thing about, like, women's, like, milk ducts is that they don't actually stop producing milk until the baby stops suckling. So if they're continually suckled on, then always producing milk, like, always.
Oh, right.
So after pregnancy. So it's just, at least that's my understanding. I could be mistaken about that. Biology people, doctors, I don't know.
Yeah, please
but-
comment.
Yeah, please comment to your commentary.
Let us know.
I could be
That
wrong.
works,
I'm
please.
I'm not a professional, but yeah. So I don't know, but it's just I thought it was like a weird, different, not weird, different take on breastfeeding and like that being a thing. Like,
Yeah,
and, you know, like in
yeah.
movies how like guys will always like they'll just like try the breast milk, like if it's on the counter and they'll warm it up and they'll just like try it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like. And they'll try it and they're like, oh, that's not great. You know, it's like, but there's always the urge to try it. Which
It's
is,
just got to be just a curiosity thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I, you know, honestly, maybe I would try my,
Yeah, I
like,
think-
you know.
I think I might if it was just sitting there and like I had kids and like there was breast. I probably would want to taste it. I
Just
guess.
to see what it's like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I wouldn't sip it and then get really horny.
Yeah,
baby.
I got to go
Yeah,
straight
baby.
to the source on this.
this is
I know.
this is gold, liquid gold.
Yeah, I think if I were, you know, with my woman and she started, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't try to be grossed out because like she can't help it, but at the same time, I wouldn't be like, yeah.
All right, let me ask you, since I got you here. All right, so they always describe like men as like, oh, are you a breast man? You a butt man? What are you into? What do women look at? Like, what do women really look at? Are they looking at physicality? Are they looking at personality? What would be the average? And then what would be the defining, like, okay, I'm attracted to that person?
When definitely younger women, I think, younger single women look at physical traits a lot. And the biggest ones I ever came across would be like broad shoulder. You know, like the male, like you have broad shoulders, big arms.
Mm-hmm.
Bright eyes is a good one. Like beautiful eyes, something that you could like look into while talking, things like that. Those are a lot of the big ones I got as a younger woman. But as I've matured, it's definitely become with single women that I've talked to, and myself, it's become more about personality and companionship, because as you get older, looks change, and then they fade. You know, you hit a certain point where you're not producing all those hormones that make you physically attractive to the opposite sex anymore. And it's become more about companionship as I've gotten older. And it's more about, like, funny. Is this guy funny? Can he make me laugh? Because there's going to be times if you choose to dedicate yourselves to each other for your lifetime. Like, whether it's marriage or just a personal commitment that you've made with each other, you're going to have to go through these times when you don't like each other. And you're going to look at this person, and they may not be the most physically attractive person they have been. You know, like, you got married when you were, let's say, younger, and
like high school sweethearts. You guys are both looking real good.
You're 18
when you're 18,
when you
19.
get married. You know, or even like you get married when you're 25.
Yeah.
You know, and then it gets to be when you're 45, and things have kind of flip-flopped a little bit.
Right.
Like, what's going to keep you together at that point? And I'm 27, and I'm still single, and it's just things like, or not still single, but I choose to be single, and it's the
you're
things,
single at the moment.
Yeah, and it's things that I would look for in a companion. Like, right now, I'm not willing to compromise my personal life goals and aspirations at this point for any gentleman that might come into my life. It would be their compromise that they'd have to make to follow me. And I'm not asking that of anybody, ever.
There have been so many times where just I've witnessed either through Facebook or just as friends, you see someone who's on a trajectory, they have a path, and then a new boyfriend or girlfriend comes along, and then just boop, different. Now it's completely, obviously, the more the focus goes on the relationship, and then maybe the dreams are set aside for a minute or two. Maybe they don't come back to that trajectory that they were on.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, that people do get involved in relationships and it changes, but there are times when people compromise. I've seen it over and over.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, it's cool, but you're probably going to break up, and then you're going to be like, well, now I got to restart over, now I got to get back on my path.
And it's been 4
I've done
years.
that a long time ago when I was actually in a relationship.
Who
so
hasn't done that?
I've definitely compromised myself and kind of just put a little too much effort into that relationship and not enough into building myself up, building that base to keep on moving forward.
I think, especially, like,
that's why I've taken so much time as being a single dude to, like, I got to really build myself up and find someone cool. That's why I'm so glad that just stay single, enjoy yourself, build yourself up, find exactly who you are as a human being, and then find when you find out who you are, then you can find out who you should be with, the type of person that you're more attracted to and you meld with. In the long run, it's not just a physicality thing, like, this dude has abs, or this chick has big tits, or a nice ass, so let's go for it.
Yeah.
Especially for me, as I get older, like, personality and all that, it surpasses physicality.
Yeah.
Granted, just because it's me, I'm not going to get with a 500-pound woman, even if she has a great personality. That's just me. That's just because there's something wrong with someone who's 500 pounds. And that's just obviously a complete outlier.
No,
like, that's
100%.
not like, what are the odds of me coming across a 500-pound woman or anything like that?
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's just a weird example that I'm throwing out.
Well, somebody who's obese and like, not clinically obese, because obesity is measured by the BMI, which is completely outdated. But if you were to...
It is?
The BMI?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is.
100%.
Okay.
You look at, like, linebackers, for instance,
Yeah.
and they're, like, let's say, 6 foot, and they're going to be, like, 300 pounds, but they have, like, 2% body fat.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just huge, muscular guys.
Yeah.
Their BMI is going to measure them as obese. So, yes, it's outdated.
Because they're averaging out, like, okay, a 6 foot person should be this weight, average weight.
Yeah.
But they're not taking into account that this dude is just ripped. He's in the gym every single day.
He's
pumping
just lifting
weights.
muscles. Yeah,
He's
his
running.
cardiovascular system may not be up to par, but BMI, like body mass index, is a great
How do they measure that
baseline.
exactly? Is that where they pinch your fat, or do they test your blood or something?
Like in professional athletics, they actually have scales with the metal plates that measure your body fat, and it's more to do with like body heat. But they can also put you, like, the best way to do it is actually to put you in a tub of water and see how much water you displace.
Okay. Oh, that's fascinating.
That's the best way to see it. And then they have all kinds of measurements to see how, like, I don't remember the specifics about how to do that, but there is that way to do it. But they also have, like, they hook you up to a machine, or they check your body fat in your arm, and then on your leg, and then on your waist, and it's like the caliper system, they look like extra long lobster arms.
Yeah.
lobster pincers, and you measure that. But there's other ways of testing physical. But anyway, my point is that if somebody's obese or they're not taking care of themselves, that shows a lack of self-love and self-care.
Yes, yeah.
That's important to notice. And not something that if you care, like if you've built a relationship with somebody, you start to see somebody doing that, or you fall in love with somebody who's at that stage, you can just ask them about it, and you can have that hopefully you can have a healthy conversation about, like, hey, so what's going on? Are you okay? There's this huge phobia about weight in our society and about, like, how you look in the United States. But if there's ever an issue where you fall in love with somebody and you're like, or you're in love with somebody, you notice that their body is changing and it's not healthy, having a conversation with them about, like, are you unhappy? Is something going on in your life that you're not happy about? Like, I've just noticed that either you're losing a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that. Or very quickly, or within, like, just the last few weeks, like, I love you no matter what you look like, but I want you to know that I'm concerned about you because I've noticed that you've put on a few pounds and I'm just concerned about you.
Yeah.
There's obviously more sensitive ways of saying you put on a few more pounds.
Right, yeah.
You packed on the pounds, baby. Like, let's take it off. Like, there's definite more sensitive ways of communicating that, but opening that door and being able to have that conversation is important in any mature relationship you have. Of course, 16, 18, 17, those 20-year-olds, all the way up to, I would even say, maybe even some 30-year-olds are not going to be able to have that conversation. But, bringing it back to, like, what people are attracted to and, like, what that is, that's a personal from base to base, but my understanding is that as we get older, it varies more from physical attributes to more character attributes.
Mm-hmm.
Is this person a good person? Are they going to be able to sustain me in my lonely years? When I'm 70 and I'm sick and I need someone to just be there with me, like, are they going to want to be there with me? That's personal too. That's me projecting, of course, on everybody. That's not important to everybody, but a nice set of shoulders is never bad. Like, I'm 27 and that's still great. That's what I look at, but
I like diving into that just to see, because I'm like, what are women looking at exactly? Like, what is their main focus? Like, I've always been curious about that.
It varies.
You just assume, like, oh, they're just into abs and pecs and a full head of hair.
I'm sure some are.
Oh, no, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, and just like there are shallow dudes out there who just want fake tits and a perfect supermodel type chick.
Uh-huh.
They're out there. They're certainly out there.
All the way through life. All the way. But those are not people that we, as, intellectual individuals sitting here discussing this, would be interested in.
Yeah.
But they're out there. Those people would never sit down and discuss about that. Like,
right, yeah,
exactly. They might sit down and be like...
Are they having a podcast
at 45
now?
years old, they're like, yeah, like a tight ass and high tits. It's like, yeah, you like 20-year-olds? Cool. That's kind of gross. But taking care of your body is important.
Oh, yeah.
And being in tune with that is important. And, but... who doesn't like to get a California burrito every once in a while?
Oh, hell
or
yeah.
Or an In-N-Out. But it's like, if you're eating that every day, come on. You gotta eat some salad every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Matt? Don't describe her. I guess you have to.
No, I won't go there.
Okay.
But I had to take a physical for life insurance the other day, and I scored in the top 5% for my
Really?
age. Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's the job, because it's put me in great cardiovascular shape.
Right, yeah.
So my blood
So
pressure
they tested everything then, huh?
pretty much,
Yeah?
just like blood pressure and your blood and
Yeah.
and everything like that. So it was like...
For your
really
job, did you have
interesting.
to do a hernia test?
I had to get a DMB physical, which is just the barely
Yeah.
grab your balls. And that's it.
Right.
Was it a she or
I'm
a he?
still not quite sure that I really have to do that, but all through high school, just to do sports, we
It's
got to
the
do that
quickest
physical
way.
test.
It's the quickest way.
I'm assuming it is. But what 15-year-old has a hernia? Like, what are the odds? Like,
it's also
whatever.
a bonding
You gotta do what you
experience.
gotta
Like,
do.
you get to commiserate with
yes.
Whoa, I don't
You
know.
do really have to go like, all right, here we
you get
go.
to commiserate with all of the other guys, like, did she cup your balls too?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Talking
You
about
know what I mean?
An old man with very cold hands, and you're just in a very sterile, uncomfortable
You know
environment.
what I mean?
It's
No,
like,
but that's like...
no, yes,
That's what I
absolutely.
mean.
We all
like,
got to
you
go
guys,
through that
everybody
shit.
knows
Yes.
what you're talking
Yeah,
about because
exactly.
they've all done it. It's
Yeah.
like, it's that weird camaraderie that you get through. Like, girls, they just, like, push down on your abdomen, like, okay, like, cough for me, you know, because they can't do anything else. So they're like, okay, cough. Does that hurt? Does that hurt? Does that hurt? Does that hurt? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they could do that for guys. But
Yeah, they probably could. But
there's also
yeah,
different
there's
anatomy. I mean, we have
very
uterus
true,
and
you gotta-
ovaries.
a lot
And,
more going on. Yeah. True.
so.
All right.
But I
so-
think,
yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
All girls are so different, you know,
Yep.
what they're attracted to and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You can pretty much tell, too.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, definitely, like, I feel like the physical part of it, like, yeah, when I was young or, like, going through puberty and stuff, for sure.
Well, we grew up with, like, Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and
It's
looking
like
at Playboys and stuff.
yeah, these completely unimaginable women, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, and I don't know, because guys I don't know, sometimes don't open up about, well, you know, it's almost gay to say, like, oh, well, I really like a girl's personality and stuff, because that doesn't, it depends, like, what kind of guys you're around, but it doesn't always translate very well.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I feel like in my time of, like, sexual discovery, like, I had a partner who was very, like, I was very attracted to her personality, and we had a extremely great relationship as far as, like, communication about sex went, and I feel like that was great, and maybe, I don't think a lot of people get to experience it, or at least that I've found, and so it definitely, like, from a younger age, kind of curbed that less, like, physical thing into where, wow, like, I can get pretty deep into this, like, other side of, like, a woman or something like that, you know what I mean? So I've always kind of...
That's great, yeah, you were able to build, like, a nice, positive, like, well-balanced base. Like, some people develop, like, funky, crazy bases, man, and then it just gets crazy from there.
Myself included.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends, you know,
Yeah.
like, then that was, you know, a chance thing, but,
Yeah.
you know, I've had conversations with friends that are even married, and we'll talk about sex, and I'll be like, well, have you asked about it, you know, or just, like, talked about it, and they're like, what
do you mean?
Like, it didn't
Talk about it?
But that's not just them either, that's also their partner, like, maybe they haven't gone through that either as a woman,
Right,
like,
yeah.
had an open conversation about, because it's very uncomfortable.
It's huge.
And I took a human sexuality class,
Yes.
like my first semester at community college.
I think
too.
I feel like everyone takes that human sexuality class,
I
the first or
honestly feel
second
like everyone
semester.
should take it.
Oh, definitely.
100%. Everyone should
sure.
take it because it makes you feel comfortable about talking about sex.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
And that's what we did the first few classes too, is literally just say aloud different names for penis and vagina to
And
kind
sex.
of and sex to kind of like to take away the power of the words, and it worked very well. I mean, in my opinion, it did because
Yeah.
it
What
was
did you
so.
yell out, Matt?
I don't know.
Pickle.
Well, different
One-eyed purple eater monster, whatever.
euphemisms for sex.
One-eyed
Yeah,
Boot
euphemism.
knocking, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Knocking
It's just
boots.
the flea under the lady's undergarments or something. It's very antiquated.
Oh, that's she got an itch? That means she got an itch down there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't
Gonna
know.
catch that flea.
Yeah.
Here I come.
It's coming for you.
DJ Diddles.
Yeah.
Remember Dane Cook?
Oh, unforgettable. Or, when he got that BJ and he's like holding onto the seat and he's just yeah. This is visual, people. It's all visual. Yeah. Are you aware of this?
Oh yeah, I know
Okay,
Dane
good,
Cook.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Good. Oh, classic.
That was such a great visual.
It was so great. That was like his primo time. Right
Oh
there.
yeah. Oh,
Not to
so
take it off.
good.
Yeah, but no, I think everyone should take human sexuality
absolutely.
and then talking to your partner and having that open door discussion about like what you like as a person versus what they think you like.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much involved in that, and about like, especially for women, like if you're just open, do you like that? And not making it like, oh, do you like that, baby? Do you like what I'm doing? And just like, hey, is this what you like?
Right.
Like opening that door to discussion and then because women like to be touched different ways. Same with men. Like, men have
Oh,
different
yeah,
erogenous.
yeah,
Every
yeah.
human body has a
Can
different
imagine.
erogenous zone. So just talk to your partner. Like, that's huge. Communication about, like, what each person likes is so important. And, like, every article that I've ever read, whether it's on Facebook or Reddit or whatever, and because, you know, Reddit's full of, like, curious teenagers also, as well as high school, and there's all these articles about, like, how to be a better lover or whatever. Anything I've ever read is about communicate. Talk to your partner. Tell them, that doesn't feel so good for me. That does feel good for me. Like, talk to them and having that, because that's going to make it, and then also knowing what you like. Which is when women say that they don't masturbate. And I guess maybe some men too. I don't want to exclude men from this because there probably are some men out there who feel like it's shameful or dirty or something, but I've known so many women who will not masturbate, and it's bizarre to me. But I'm just, you know, how do you know how you like to be touched if you haven't done it yourself? Like, or if you haven't experimented with that? Like what is...
I can't outmaster the master.
Right. Well put. Yeah. Exactly.
But, like, knowing what you like and when you like it and, like, when that's going to happen. I don't want to get too, like, detailed about it, but there's been times when I've had to take care of myself when it comes, like, I'm in the middle of intercourse, and it's not a problem. Like, I enjoy sex more because of it.
Right.
So, and just...
Especially for me, like, right after sex, and you're just there hanging out, just you and a girl in bed. I've had some of the most deepest, most in-depth conversations after that, because you're just free and open.
Yeah.
I say pick that as a good time, maybe like, hey, maybe let's rehash what we just did. Like, what'd you like? What didn't you didn't? What do you want me to do next time? What are you really into? Because it's like, at that moment, you're both your pupils are dilated. You're both, like, right there in that, like, that little bubble, that love bubble.
Yeah.
Yep. You're both there in that moment.
In a loving, caring manner.
Exactly. So why not have
Discuss.
an awesome, great, in-depth conversation on what you both like? Because you're both in your most vulnerable state. You're both naked. You both enjoyed each other's company for hopefully longer than a couple of minutes.
Even if it's only that.
Even
like,
if,
maybe
yeah,
you both
even
had a
if it
really
was a
good
couple-
time. Hey,
yes,
quickies,
if it was just
are underrated, okay?
If it was like the end of a fireworks show and it was just, you skipped right to the grand finale, then why not? If you both had enjoyed that fireworks show, then yeah, have a good conversation.
You just knew the connection right then. Like,
Exactly.
it just happens.
Yeah.
I was going to say that. I think the post-sex, especially if you're going to delve into it, too.
Yeah, it's a great time to do it because you're both there. You both are in a great moment to do it. Especially if people who are normally willing to just have this open conversation.
Right.
Like at breakfast or at lunch or something.
Yeah.
Or just
I feel like you're going to retain it, too, because that's the thing. In the moment, it can be such an emotional experience that, like, that's why people can be so sensitive to criticism and things like that, because you're most vulnerable, you're completely exposed, like that. So once it's done and, the fire's cooled down a little bit, you remember that conversation the next time you engage, especially if it's obviously with a partner you are
care
with.
about.
Yeah, if it's not like some one-night stand,
well, because
there's no reason to have an in-depth
I was just thinking about
conversation.
that with you guys about, like, I'm like, we've all had bad sex. Like, we've all had those nights where we're with a person that there was no chemistry. Like, there was no sexual chemistry. And there's those nights where you have all the sexual chemistry and things maybe just don't work out because the timing's wrong. Like, and then, and so having that conversation and being like, hey, I really like you, or, okay, so that, this didn't work out so well. Like, just being honest about that, maybe not right after sex, but if it's with someone you care about, having that open conversation, like, I really want this to work, let's work together to make sure that we are compatible. But if it's like a one-night stand, or, you're just, like, bringing someone home for the night and it doesn't work out, okay, see you later.
Right, yeah.
Hope you drive home safe. Like, you can sit here for a little while if you need, but I gotta get up
Don't mind
early.
the dog, he's friendly.
Where's that lift
Don't
at?
mind the old dude either.
Do you need help
5
going in a
minutes.
taxi? Can I get it for you?
It's just 5 minutes.
But yeah, communication with people you care about is important, about what you like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think post-coitus is a very vulnerable and magical time. Absolutely.
It is.
It is. It's really, everyone's just, like, riding that euphoria wave. You're like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to transition into a different subject. I just wanted to ask you guys real quick about Facebook. Do you guys still like Facebook?
No.
Oh, I just had this conversation the other day.
No.
That I am legitimately like, had this moment of like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's become such a divisive place.
I hate going on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And most of the time, I'm like, I don't even see any of my friends' posts.
That's
Like,
what-
people
that was
are
what I
even
was gonna
posting,
say, yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
So just real quick on
Yeah.
that, I found out there's a way you can go download your Facebook account, basically a backup of everything that's ever gone on there. So if you want like your pictures and videos and all this
Oh,
stuff.
really? Oh,
So I
cool.
did it just to check it out,
Mhm.
but it also logs like your complete timeline from since the day you started and stuff like that. So I'm
Really? Wow.
and messages and everything like that. So I'm scrolling through, checking it out, and it's just like I was looking at like the first few days and stuff, and it's like literally like me in like there's like some of you, and we're like posting on each other's wall like, kicked your ass in beer pong. Next time, you know,
Really?
like it gets
Oh, shit.
I was like, whoa, what an innocent time
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
actually just went on there and like said what's up to your friends and
Yeah.
stuff, like a communal, you know, like playing field. Even though like at the time we were like in our early 20s too, so it's like you can't go just hang out with your friends all the time.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's completely different, and it's just so divisive, and I think it's has just such a negative impact on people because they get on there. And fucking Colin Kaepernick sat down for the, you know, national anthem, and that's all you see is like all your friends split in two and just fighting and stuff like that. And I'm like, God damn, like
Yep.
this is terrible.
It's very clearly evident too, especially election season. You start to
Yeah.
see like who's for who, and you're like, okay, here we go. This is like,
Yeah, it's just it sucks people in, and a lot of people like I always am critical though, like lack objectivity about anything. And they just get on there and just say whatever, you know, and it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's, like I said, it's too divisive. And
But the
I
fact
get
that you
tired
feel
of it.
that way about Facebook says what you like says enough about what Facebook has become.
Right.
You know,
Right.
we used to go on there just to see what our friends were up to. You know,
Yeah.
like it used to be a fun place to just post things. Like,
yeah.
you know, like hey, just editing some photos. Here's one. Check. Like,
Yep.
like
Yeah,
for Sean,
yeah.
Mhm.
or you know, like for you, it was an awesome way to see your progress on your album that you produced.
Yes, yeah.
You know, that was like a wonderful outlet for that, and like the link that was there, and like able to like follow that was so cool. And you had a page for it, and same with Cabin, like this podcast, like
Mhm.
Cabin Fever, like seeing that
Right.
is really cool, and having that connection. I love that I'm connected with my grandmother this way, and a lot of my aunts this like through Facebook. But beyond that, I totally agree. Like, I go on there and it's like, it's more of a self-validating process. Like, if I post something, I have to be careful. I've done it a few times where I'll go months without posting anything because I'm like, I don't need to post this on Facebook. Nobody gives a shit. You know, like, why am
Yeah.
I sharing this?
Well, I just
Yeah.
remember being younger, like especially like you were looking back at your old Facebook posts. If you went back to MySpace, I'd be like, why did I post that? Why am I telling people my
Yeah.
fucking shit? Like, and you can look at younger people that you follow on Facebook, and you see them post it, and I'm like, you don't need to be posting that.
Yeah.
No one needs to know that shit.
No one cares.
Right.
You're just doing that to get attention, likes, or find people that actually agree with your opinion. And like, I get that.
Yeah.
It does feel good that you get validation or
Yeah.
whatever every once in a while, but like, is Facebook really the right venue to do that? I really don't think it is, because it's not real. It's not
Yeah.
really real.
There's
And you bring up some good points about, you know, connecting with family and things
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
really, it's up to you, like, you know, what your experience online is going to be. But it makes me wonder, and I haven't heard about anything like this, but I'm like, they should almost start teaching online etiquette or responsibility or things like that. Just a general awareness of you are going to a very public forum, just as a way to be more critical about like the actions you're taking online and stuff like that, especially
Yeah.
for younger kids. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine going to high school with a smartphone and being on Facebook all day. Like,
Well,
it would just draw. I feel like it would just draw you in. You know?
The president in 15, 20 years, he's been on Facebook his whole life type of thing, you know? Like, whoever's going to be running for president, they've got all their shit on there. So it's like,
Right.
you got to take all that shit into account. Like, when you're a young human being, you're just posting shit of you doing like a beer bong, or you're at the river and you're getting shit-faced, and you've got like a huge thing of Jello shots with pictures of all of us just huddled over a bunch of Jello shots. Just like, we're not running for office, but there's a dude out there or gal out there right now who's like probably going to run for office, but they got all this shit on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram of them like, you know, just shit-faced in Mexico or whatever. And I think that's an excellent idea, and I think that will be probably a course in college one day. Is just online etiquette, or just dealing with the pressures of being online.
It'll just
Right.
be
All these
included
different
in, like,
avenues of social media that you have to deal
Yeah.
with now.
Right.
And you're like, now there's like Vine, Tinder, Snapchat, like all this shit's
Yeah.
coming out. And you're like, I
I
gotta
think it'll be
narrow it
included
down.
in like elementary school
Oh, yeah.
curriculum. Honestly,
yeah,
it'll
it
be
might
like,
have to
Yeah.
you know, you don't need like 5th grade, 4th grade when they start getting cell phones.
Right.
I mean, who knows? In 10 years, everyone's gonna have like a microchip
be. Oh, little,
implanted in
yeah,
their hands
yeah,
or whatever,
probably, yeah.
or their faces or whatever.
Mhm.
But just that conversation about, do you really need to post this online? Like,
Right.
was this
Right.
really okay? Like, do you really need to say that you had Cocoa Puffs for breakfast? Like,
Yeah.
like, do
Right.
you really need to post that?
Yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah.
I would hope that people who are thinking about running for office, whether it's most of the people I know who've been
It
like
doesn't
going
have
for
to be just
jobs,
office. It could just be
a severe like
because
or a
people do
critical,
look at social media when they're hiring people now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
critical job opportunities. I know a few people who've just canceled their personal.
Yeah,
their
a
personal
lot of
accounts.
people, they're like, okay, I'm going to, like, I'm the potentiality of me getting hired for this job, so I'm just going to cancel everything, letting everybody know. Facebook's
Yeah.
not going to be on for a while, Twitter's going to be off.
This is my phone number if
Yeah.
you need to reach me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, don't bother.
Yeah.
But I don't have, like, I'm not going to post my political views or any strong opinions on Facebook anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't do
Yeah.
that because I don't want.
You're not looking for a political
more like-
debate on fucking Facebook.
Sorry,
Yeah.
like my own personal views
Yeah.
on like abortion
Yeah.
and or racial rights or anything like that.
Mhm.
I'm not going to post on Facebook because I don't want to get involved. Like people that I care about having a conversation with, I will have face to face.
Exactly.
Because there's so much more
Yeah.
involved in that conversation than just written word.
And that's real, and you're having an actual dialogue with someone, not just like maybe posting angry comments back and forth, and
Yeah.
then someone else jumps in, and then now they're in the mix, and you're like, okay,
And
this
there's so
dumb thread's
many,
taking a life on its own.
ignorant,
Yeah.
zealous people
Oh
out
yeah,
there
yeah,
who do
fervent
not,
about their ideas.
who do
Yeah.
not. Okay, so reason is the only way to combat hate.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, hateful people are very zealous about their opinions, and reason is not able to penetrate the zealotry.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
like, I got into one conversation, one time ever. This was my lesson,
Yeah.
and it was about
You
that
need
whole,
that one
like,
lesson,
Planned
yeah.
Parenthood fiasco
Ooh.
about how they were
Was this when they were getting accused of selling baby parts and all
they
that
were
stuff?
advertising. This was the thing: advertising for abortions, and then falsely.
Like a buy one get one free type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like, hey,
Bring
come
in
your friend.
Hey,
Who needs
you
one.
know what? Why don't you get pregnant and then come to us because we will harvest your baby and then sell its parts
Right,
for whatever, like stem cell
yeah.
research,
Yeah.
and we'll harvest all its organs for other newborn babies. Like, no, like so much no. And there was like this argument about how it was started as a eugenics program, about how they would actually like advertise to lower socioeconomic classes, which at the time was the African American population of the United States. I'm talking like Reconstruction era, okay? Like
Oh no, yeah, yeah.
we're talking
This is-
centuries ago,
this is a
okay?
long
Like
time.
this is not modern, and education wasn't out there about this, and they would advertise to these people, and then they would come in and they would come in for an abortion or a routine checkup, and actually they would get they would get sterilized, which was a practice of the United States. They did that. They did
Oh, yeah,
sterilize
yeah,
people,
absolutely.
and they did it without the participants' consent. And I mean, every government has dark ages. Every
Well,
government.
wouldn't you call that a eugenics program? At
Yeah,
that
eugenics it's exactly what it was. And that was the argument behind, this is how it was started. And I think about that, and I'm like, you know how most healthcare programs were started? Do you know how the government of the United States was founded on the fact that white American, like, males, not females, not African, not Asian, not anything, not citizens of the United States, but just white, U.S.-born males of European descent. Like, you go back all the way. If you're going to have that argument, you need to go all the way back and use all of that. But the fact that that was the argument for this particular argument about Planned Parenthood, about how, like, this is how it started. I'm like, that's cool. It's no longer that anymore. Like,
Right.
it provides education to both men and women. About sexual health and reproduction help. If you're not able to get prenatal care in this country because you can't afford Medi-Cal or whatever, this is one of the best resources for you to go to because they will provide you with prenatal checkups.
You're talking
and
Planned
prenatal,
Parenthood, right?
yes,
Yeah.
prenatal like checkups and then vitamins and everything. They will give you all the information you need, all the checkups you need, and they'll even give you a doctor, give you
So they
information
do help
about
with
a doctor.
actual women that do want to give
Yes,
birth. Oh, okay.
families.
See, I'm always thinking like Planned Parenthood's all about just getting those abortions.
It's not just women, it's families. If
Okay.
men and women come into Planned Parenthood and they make an appointment and they say, I want to have a baby but I don't know how to do it, they will help you. They also provide
Which
counseling.
makes sense because it is called Planned Parenthood.
Yes.
They're supposed to be
and they
there
provide
to help
counseling
you. Okay.
for those people. They provide about like all the resources available to them and how to use this, how to properly, what forms they need to file, etc. They do that. And they provide sexual education for men and women of all ages. If you go in and you've never had sex before and you don't know, they will give you all the information. Like, you need to, this is, you don't want to get pregnant, here's some birth control. Here's some condoms. Here's the information about how people get pregnant. This is how the reproductive system works. This is what happens here. If you get pregnant and you don't want the pregnancy, this is what we can offer you. They have that information. They educate people. And they offer this system, there are abortions available, which is, for women, amazing. Because if it wasn't available in the United States, they would go elsewhere. Abortions happened even when abortions weren't legal. Okay? And there were coat hanger abortions, and people were going to Mexico, people were going to Canada, and women died because of it. Because, their uteruses rupture.
And, all kinds of stuff.
Their cervix,
internal bleeding.
There's so many byproducts of not making abortions legal. And if you have a 13-year-old coming in for an abortion, that is a bigger conversation than the fucking abortion.
Mm-hmm.
Why is a 13-year-old pregnant?
Right.
Why are they having sex? Who are they having sex with? And why are they not educated about what sex is and what can happen with sex? And so if a 13-year-old comes in to an abortion clinic or Planned Parenthood and they're pregnant and they don't know what to do, Planned Parenthood can offer education to this 13-year-old that might not have been available in schools or from family or whatever. Other resources. That's why I am, and the government also, thank God, is so pro Planned Parenthood. And I would, all my taxes could go to Planned Parenthood because it would help so many people either not contribute to the overpopulation of this planet and our country, and unwanted pregnancies. Unwanted pregnancies lead to neglect, lead to abandonment, lead to crime rates, lead to higher prison populations, lead to higher taxes. I mean, all of this. So if we just pay taxes in the front running and educate people about how you get pregnant, why you get pregnant, what you can do about pregnancy, it stops all of that. It's this huge chain reaction that helps the entire country, helps economy, helps social structure, everything. So, yes, I'm very passionate about Planned Parenthood.
Some people want to be listening and think that might sound crazy, but there are a lot of people out there that don't really get what sex is, especially the younger, some of these younger kids, and they don't get that A plus B equals a baby. And then you're 13 years old, and you have a 14-year-old boyfriend and a 13-year-old girl, and then now she's got to go to Planned Parenthood. That could have all been avoided if you just maybe took a quick trip to Planned Parenthood, got a condom, maybe... hopefully some parents will get involved somehow, because she's still a child, but, help the kids out, get some birth control, and if they really want to have sex, that's...
I feel like I should take this moment to say that I'm not pro-abortion, but I am pro-choice.
Oh, yeah,
I think that the women should have a choice of what they do with their bodies. It should not be government mandated. But I'm not pro-abortion. I feel like there are other options for birth control before you get pregnant, before abortion is an option. It does happen, though.
And I think a lot of people should actually look into abortion before you really do go and have an abortion. Because, sometimes when they say certain terms, they're saying that the kid is not a kid, but it looks pretty close to a human child. I don't know when consciousness comes about in the womb and when you can really consider a human being. Some people consider it right at conception when the sperm enters the egg. But
26, 28
just
weeks.
look into it. Just look into it, because I don't know. It's a hard thing.
Choice.
Anything you're doing, it's a very difficult decision.
And what you as an individual
should just take
can
a
live
lot
with.
of time and a lot of research and consult with as many people as possible.
My comment on that,
like there's a 13-year-old pregnant girl right now listening to this podcast. But who knows? Maybe someday.
What if it was men who got pregnant? What if it was white American males who got pregnant? Like seahorses? You know, it's like reverse it.
Yeah.
Okay? It wouldn't be an issue. It's because it's women that is an issue. If we're flipping pregnancy and we're saying, okay, you can't ejaculate into a female who doesn't want to get pregnant, it would not be an issue. You could not ejaculate without federal consent, which is actually where the term fucking came under. Fornication under consent of the king. If you could not...
That's what it is. I always thought it was like King Charles, but I'm like, that never made sense.
No. Fornication under consent. You actually had to petition to fornicate with your...
And the king could come along and fuck your woman if you wanted to, by the way.
Yeah. But anyway,
the good
beyond
old days,
that,
right? When you're royalty.
It's I don't know. I'm also like, I'm not hardcore, like, I'm new age feminist, however you want to say it. It's more like, it's sort of back to the old where I'm glad that we have equal rights. I don't think that it should emasculate men at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more, like, just because we are on equal footing with men doesn't mean that men should become less male. Like, I love the door being held open. Okay, but anyway, beyond that, like, the fact that it's a women's body issue is the biggest issue about abortion to me. The fact that it is about what women do with their bodies should not be federally regulated.
No,
there is no federal regulation about what men do with their bodies. Why the fuck is there an issue about what women do with their bodies?
Especially when most of these people are old men or old women. Or...
White males.
So those are the ones who are going into politics.
I'm white. I'm just like, you know, I'm still like hating on this, but... So anyway, Facebook.
We live in a country where it's majority white people.
Got into one contentious of debate about babies on Planned Parenthood, and the bigot I faced was someone who said that all, you know, zygotes are life, and that it's on the sin of the woman who...
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, Eve. You know, Eve was tempted by the snake, and she took that first bite. She did it. Yeah. She cursed all mankind forever. So it's the woman's fault. I just was like, okay, God bless you, and I just like locked off, and I've never done it since. I've never gone back, like, and I never will.
All right, well, that was a heavy subject. I appreciate the good conversation. I think it's important that we all have these open dialogues, and it's because I don't think enough people are. We're very much in a weird days, and we all need to be talking about this stuff. And then eventually, we really do need to get down to when it comes to voting, especially locally, federally. I'm a little hesitant about even going into that realm, but definitely locally, San Diego, California, these laws, these things, they affect us on a day-to-day basis, or wherever you are in the country. Really focusing in on that stuff. All right, so I want to transition to into a different part. This is a surprise to both of you. So let's take a quick break. I'll get the hookah coals going. I'll refill our beers, and if Matt needs some caffeine, I'll wake him up.
I like how you put that at the end of the...
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I tried to make it our little signature or something.
Love Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Just because of that, actually. Yeah, give us rounds. Bring it. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have House Gillis versus House Whitney in Game of Thrones trivia.
Oh, no. No.
Wait,
we will have
read the
3
book?
rounds.
No.
Okay, well, neither one.
3 rounds. Dude, it'll be easy.
Okay.
I'll have some multiple choices for you, and then each round will go a little bit more difficult. The third round will be the final question. So we'll see. And then at the final round, you can, whatever points you have at that point, you can bet. You can bet all your points, or you can bet 1 point. You know, we'll
just a quick bit of trivia about this, just to not throw off my partner either, right?
The competitor, yeah.
Competitor.
Oh, let me turn this off.
No, the score is amazing.
And we're back.
It's about the score.
You'll have to turn it down for the questions, though.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'll edit it in there.
Oh, there you go.
So we can hear it and everything.
Okay, so this is terrible because I just called you out, but it's actually about it was written by the girl who wrote Transcendence on the violin, and she went on to, I think it's America's Most Talented, and they told her she would never amount to anything. and now Sterling.
Oh, Lindsay Sterling.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's written by her. The
Really?
score
That's
is
cool.
written by her.
Oh.
And that's who performs it.
She's like
She was just in town,
Really
or
popular,
is coming
right?
to town.
Huge.
Yeah,
She just
yeah.
released a new album and
Yeah.
it's really good, by the way.
yeah.
Nice little shameless plug there. Listen to it on Spotify. It's great.
I might sprinkle some of her music in there at the end of the podcast or before it.
It's great. It's really good. But anyway, she wrote the score.
Cool, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'd like to keep
Question
track of you
one.
guys. Let me just write this out. I've got a lot going on.
Nice.
Are you guys ready?
I guess
What's
so.
your confidence level when it comes to Game of Thrones?
10.
Matt,
Oh, okay.
oh.
That just made my confidence
And-
drop.
all right, both
Fine.
these people,
100%.
they're not book
Yeah.
readers. They're both
Hey.
TV watchers. I thought you haven't watched the Game of Thrones.
I'm a book
or
reader,
haven't
but I
watched.
haven't read these books.
Yeah,
No.
she has read these.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
you've had book chat.
Phrasing.
We are all book readers
Phrasing.
here. Right.
Speaking of book chats, let's get back to that eventually.
All right, let me
Okay.
just make some room here, and then I will have House Whitney's score and House Gillis'
How's
score.
this going to work? Can we buzz in? Or we just...
All right, so you're going to say your last name is for you to buzz in, and so
Okay.
for the first round, I'm going to read the first question, and then I'll read the multiple choices, and then when I read the last multiple choice, you can buzz in with your name, Gillis or Whitney. Okay.
Okay. We'll try.
Alright.
We'll
And then
try
I'm
this
going to try to be the best judge I can when it
Are
comes
the
to when you guys
are
are
the
calling
questions
it
easy enough though to where
out.
we
The
can
first
just know
round's
them?
easy. It's going to get harder as we go.
But what if
Have
we
you
just
watched
know it
the series?
What's that? What if you know it while I'm reading
before
it?
you read?
You can't do it. Don't call in.
But
Not
then
until
are we
the
going to
last one.
also both be buzzing in then as soon as
You
we
might,
read?
maybe,
All right.
maybe. We'll see.
Come on, Whitney.
Well,
No,
okay,
I'm
let
sorry.
me-
Don't be a
what
pansy.
would be the best
Bring
way?
it.
Okay,
I don't know.
Both of you, what would be the best way of doing it? If I was to read the multiple choices, or you just buzz in as soon as you know?
Buzz in as soon as we know.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
do it that way. Okay, we've
But
all agreed.
No, that won't work because
Because if I read one of the multiple
Yeah.
choices, and you're like, that's it, and then you
exactly. But that's what's going to happen.
buzz in. Regardless, right?
I feel like you should ask the question,
Okay.
and then we can buzz in.
And then, so no multiple choices?
No. Ask the question,
Okay.
and then 3-second pause, and then
And
Whitney
then-
and Gillis can decide if we want the multiple choice questions, and then we have to wait till the final
Okay.
multiple
All right,
choice.
that's
Okay,
fair.
oh, okay.
That's fair.
Okay, let's do it. I like that way. Okay.
So we have to agree though. Like it has to be conversation like
Well, if
multiple
none of
choice
us, if
question.
none of us guess it, then
well,
yeah, move on.
I mean, it could be like Gillis knows, or Whitney knows, or like whatever.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
we can say that after the question. But if it's not that way, then we can be like, okay, multiple choice, please.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say please. No.
All right.
Fine, terrible customer. You do that. Let me get that. I want that one. Yeah, you can suck on
Doesn't
this
look-
one.
Doesn't look like grass fed.
You can suck on this shit, okay? I'll give you this. Oh, I dropped the one you wanted. So.
All right. Question 1 of round 1. Which household possesses the banner of a moon and a falcon? Moving on to multiple choice. When I read all the multiple choices, you have to let me read all of them, and then
Okay.
you can call in. So
Okay.
the first person to call in, you just got to fucking buzz in. There's 4, so
Okay.
once I finish 4, you can call in. House Greyjoy, House Lannister, House Carl Stark, House Aaron.
Whitney.
Okay?
House Aaron.
You got it!
Oh, good job, good job.
Is there a penalty for missing a point? Or a
No,
question?
no points away. It just defers to the next person.
No,
Unless you just keep.
Now we're playing with odds.
Never good with those, so I don't gamble.
Who's in the House Aaron?
That's the veil.
Oh, that's right.
With
Yeah,
John
that's
Aaron,
really annoying.
John Aaron, and
Yeah.
and it was all okay. No, I'm not. Gonna,
Oh, bragger over here.
I'm not gonna give too much
Well-
away. I'm not gonna give too much away. I
I
can't
know
do it. I
some
can't
of
do
that.
it. I can't. Yeah.
With
All
the
right.
really annoying.
Next question. What was the name of Catelyn Stark's father?
Oh.
All right. Lord Aaron, Lord Hoster, Lord Tywin, Lord Edmure.
Gillis,
Okay.
Lord Edmure. Damn it!
Oh,
Damn
No.
it!
Edmure
Matt,
was...
you have one shot.
Wasn't Edmure...
So we have Lord Aaron,
I'm not
Lord
gonna discuss
Hoster,
this.
and
Okay.
Lord Tywin are the last
Oh,
I'm sorry?
three. We have Lord Aaron, Lord Hoster, and Lord Tywin.
Lord Aaron.
You are incorrect, sir.
Hoster.
Yes, it is Lord Hoster.
Hoster. Aaron was married her sister. So
Oh,
it
yes,
became
yes.
so it became Aaron, but
Yep.
she was from the Vale.
Yep.
On the first question, what was the answer again?
Aaron.
It was
House
House
Aaron.
Aaron.
House
Oh,
Aaron.
okay.
Because
And it was
so,
a moon and a falcon?
Yes.
The moon door.
Yes.
Yay,
Yep.
circles.
All right.
Losing.
You guys might have to. This is should be an easy one. All right.
Okay.
Should be.
Should be. What was the name of Arya's direwolf?
Whitney.
Yes.
Bubbles.
Not Bubbles.
Okay.
I can do multiple choice.
Multiple choice, please.
Lady, Greywind, Summer, Nymeria, and Snow.
Oh, I know.
Whitney, go.
Can I still
No,
guess? Yeah.
Bubbles was it.
Oh, Gillis then.
Okay.
Nymeria.
You are correct. We are currently tied up
I
1-1.
should have waited.
What happened
could've
to
waited.
her? He's on the wild.
Still out there. One of the last ones that are still out there.
Which direwolf died with the whole Hodor thing?
Was
Summer.
that Summer?
Oh, that was Bran's direwolf?
Mhm,
Oh,
Summer.
Oh, okay. And that's right. And then they killed Shaggy Dog when they caught Rickon, right?
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Is that it?
Yeah, Shaggy Dog. And then Summer, and then Lady was...
During the Red Wedding?
No.
No, that was Rob's dog.
No, that would be during the Red
Grey
Wedding.
Yeah,
Grey Wind.
the
That's
Red
what I said.
Wedding. Oh,
Lady
sorry.
was,
Yeah, the Red Wedding.
Lady was killed by Ned from his Sansa's dog. Sansa's wolf was Lady.
Ned killed it?
Yes.
Why?
You don't remember that?
Uh-uh.
Okay, because
Well, because it bit Joffrey.
It
Was
wasn't
that the-
because it wasn't because
thought
it
that-
felt Joffrey. It's because that the younger sister, you just told me, Arya, hurt Joffrey, and then Cersei was like, there should be some punishment.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yes.
Her and her rabid dog, and
Yeah.
Ned gave it a quick death right to the
Yeah,
throat.
that's right. Yep.
But every
Okay.
time a wolf dies, a Stark dies.
Yeah, that's true. You ready, Matt? All right. Who was the first to stab Jon Snow in the season 5 finale? Who was the first one to stab
Ugh,
Jon
names
Snow?
are so hard.
All right, multiple choice. Yeah, this is pretty tough. We have Bowen Marsh, Denny's Mallister, Ollie, Alistair Thorne, or Othel Yarwick.
Gillis with Yarwick?
No. Not Whitney. You need me to read them again.
Yes.
Bowen Marsh, Denny's Mallister, Ollie, Alistair Thorne.
Bubbles?
Isn't it Merrick?
It's Thorn.
I'm sorry?
Thorn?
Yes, sir.
Oh!
He's the asshole that was
Yeah,
beating
trying
the whole-
to...
yeah.
That guy was an asshole.
Was it Thorn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ollie was the last
Alistair
one,
Thorne?
right?
Thorn
Yeah,
in
Ollie
the
was the
side.
last one. Yep.
Last
All
night.
right, so
Thorn
we
in his
are
side.
now at 2-1. House Whitney.
I don't know.
Yeah, Whitney's killing it.
All right.
He's all fresh on this shit.
That was a good
Why did Daenerys drop her ring in the season finale when the other Khalasar found her?
Gillis,
Okay.
so that her knight could find her.
Yes.
That's right. I did know that, for the record. Ghost point.
What is his name? What is his name?
The knight?
Sajara?
Jara.
Vermont?
Was it for Sajara, or was it for...
Vermont? What's his
Her
last name?
lover.
Mormont?
Mormont.
Mormont.
What was
House Mormont.
Oh, and whoever the other dude was. I forget his
Because
name.
because his father
forget
was the was the knight or the king's guard,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
then they forsake him, and he died in the battle at the where the big temple is with the thing on the top, the griffin, the lady with the. He was defending against the Knights of the Harpy.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And he
Oh,
died
that
there,
dude, yes, yeah.
And that's actually Jorah Mormont's father.
No,
Yes.
his father
Yes.
was the
Nope.
one who was leading the Night's Watch.
Right, and then no, not Night's Watch.
Yeah, that was his dad. It was Mormont.
And then he was like he was retired.
He was the head of the Night's
But
Watch.
then he was retired.
He was Jon Snow was apprenticing him. He was the
Oh,
that was
Mormont?
Mormont's father. Yeah.
I thought. Oh, that was Mormont.
Yeah.
He was the guy who came. That's right. But he also came over, didn't he? Okay, go on.
Oh wait, so what's the score? Sorry.
We are at House Whitney and House Gillis. Oh, wait, did you just get a point? Oh yeah. So we
Rachel
tied it
Gillis.
up. It's 2-2.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
So
just
we're
fun.
we're doing good here.
Cool.
All right. What were their names of Aegon Targaryen's 3 dragons that
Oh.
Dany named her ships after?
Oh shit.
You want the
Yeah.
multiple choice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Valerian, Dragon, and Viserion. And the next one is Meraxus, Rhaegal, and Vagar. The next one is Rhaegal, Dragon, and Viserion, or Meraxus, Vagar, and Valerian.
Whitney.
Yes.
A.
A. No, sir.
C.
Yes.
Wow.
You got it.
I'm really good at multiple choice.
No. And that's Meraxus, Vagar, and Valerian.
Yeah. There were
All right.
three answers in there that were mentioned in 3 other questions.
Yeah. All right. Who said a very small man can cast a very large shadow?
Varys.
Yes.
Damn. She didn't say Gillis, so.
Gillis
Oh.
Varys. Gillis Varys. Well,
Well, not
wait a minute.
Whitney.
Can you
Didn't say it.
mistake those guys? Can you mistake that? Can you mistake that?
All right. Next question. Why was Jorah Mormont exiled from Westeros?
Treason.
Treason what?
Oh, there's like
You gotta
more
say
into that.
something.
Damn it.
Whitney.
Treason to the
Yes.
Treason.
No.
Damn it.
ground. Okay, multiple choice.
For trading slaves, for killing his
Oh,
wife.
trading slaves. A.
Yes.
You have to buzz in. It's the rules of the game.
I did.
All right, next question. What did Tywin give his grandson, Joffrey, during the royal wedding?
Oh, shit.
We do multiple choice?
I think so.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, multiple
A
choice.
book called The Lives of 4 Kings, 7 gold bars, a sword made of Valyrian steel, or a cupcake.
Gillis.
Yes.
C.
That's what I was gonna
A sword made of Valyrian steel
Yep.
is correct.
Broken down from Ned's sword.
That's correct.
Hey.
And that's Oathkeeper's also made from that sword.
Whatever. Joffrey was buried with that sword, right?
I'm pretty sure he was, yeah.
There's like 7.
That would be the protocol.
7 swords, 7 houses,
Right,
and
right,
like 3
yeah.
of them are buried.
Mhm.
Wow, you deserve this one.
Right.
I better earn it. God damn it.
Who is the father of Loras Tyrell? Also, I think he's the Flower Knight. Or
Yeah.
something like
Oh.
that.
Yeah. He dies. In the last
I can
season.
give,
Have you seen the last season? Okay. Spoiler alert. He dies in the last season.
Can you give multiple choice?
I mean-
See his
them.
face before the green
Yeah.
stuff comes in.
Dragon
yeah.
fire.
All right, first one: Willis, Garland, Mace, Barristan, Luther.
Luther.
Country will rally to their side.
Gillis. Luther.
No, sorry.
No.
What were the other choices?
Willis, Garland, Mace, Barristan.
Wait, those are 3 names?
This would be
It's
it's Loris Tyrell, who is his father.
Mace Tyrell. Barrister? What was the other ones?
Willis,
No.
Garland,
Nope.
Mace,
Yep.
and Barristan.
Mace.
Whitney.
Mace. It is Mace.
100%.
I already knew
It's
that.
Mace.
I didn't hear
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome for the help.
Current score is House Gillis at 6 points. House Whitney, 3 points.
Killing it.
Oh no! Who returns Tyrant Lannister's purse of gold upon his release from Catelyn Stark? So when he was in the, I think they called the Moon Chamber or something. It was just like a prison cell, and then one wall was just open face to the.
Tyrion.
Well, yeah, Tyrion's in prison. Who gave him his gold pouch?
Oh,
Back
at the
guard.
Oh.
I can give multiple choices.
Yeah,
if you'd
that'd be
like.
good.
All right, Catelyn Stark,
No.
Bronn, Sir Roderick Castle, Lisa Stark, or Mord. I think he's the guard, that
Then-
fat ass.
Moore did it.
Whitney. Lisa Stark.
No,
Gillis Mord.
no, it was Sir Roderick Castle.
Who is that?
I remember the scene, though.
I don't really remember.
Is he the head of the guard at the Vale?
He must have been, I guess. Because it
He
must have
comes
been
out and
after-
has a conversation with in the TV
Yeah.
series anyway. He comes out and conversation is like, "Would you rather die here or live here?"
Right.
And then throws the purse of gold down. But
Yes.
I thought it was the guard
No, they did have a conversation about gold and
because he's like Lannister's always pays his debts.
right, yeah,
Like, he always has
exactly.
the
He was trying to
conversations.
convince him to let him out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I got your ass. Get me out of here.
Yeah, always pay. Such a double-edged sword when
Oh,
Lannisters pay
yeah.
their debts, except not so much now. But it used to be when Tywin was in. Who's this?
Yeah.
When Tywin was in charge.
All right. Next question. Where did Lady Talisa come from? This is Robb Stark's bride.
Valeria. Gillis. Valeria. Valerian, whatever, that place.
Volantis?
That's what I'm trying for. The one with the V.
Are those two different places? Valerian and
That one.
Volantis?
But they speak Valerian. That one.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'll let it go.
Okay, he's giving it to you. All right. What was the name of Ned Stark's Valyrian steel sword?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Longclaw, Heart Eater, Needle, Ice.
For Gillis with ice.
Yes.
Dang.
The country will rally to their side.
I know
I know-
that Needles was
I
Arya.
know
Yeah.
Needles Arya, and then Longclaw was Mormont, and
Heart Eater.
Heart
Maybe
Eater.
it was one of like a.
I think it was
one of those
Joffrey's.
kings or something.
It was
yeah, I think.
one of the
Yeah, I
other
think it was
ones.
Joffrey's actually.
It was one of the other ones that
Yeah.
was buried.
Come on, guys, get it right. People
Come on,
are
Whitney.
screaming at
Where
their
you at?
stereo.
All right. Who does Dany name her dragons after? I'm getting multiple choice if you want. And this is the last question in round one, and then we move on to round two,
How many rounds are there?
3.
Okay.
And the last round is just
I need
one
I
question.
need multiple choice because I know
All right.
their names, but I don't know what they're named after.
She made them up. She named them after Aegon's dragons, her brother, father, and husband, her husband, and 2 brothers. Who did she name her
Whitney.
dragons after?
B.
B. No.
Because the big one is named
There's
Dracarys.
not. She did not name them after.
For the
Aegon's
record, I
dragons.
don't know any of her dragons' names.
Right.
Her big one is the big one. The big black one is named Dracarys. And she didn't make them up. She named them after her father's.
See?
No. Her husband and 2 brothers.
Oh.
Really?
That's what this website's telling me.
Dracarys. What was her? He's coming back, by the way.
Real quick, I'm gonna pause this
Yes.
so I can say that.
But I need a
No, take your
refresher.
time.
I think Matt and I
Oh,
need a refresher.
yeah,
actually.
okay. I'm sorry. Pause it.
Pause.
Pause. All right, what do you guys want?
No judgment. No
And we're back.
Round 2.
All
All
right.
right, so now we're on round 2, so there's no more multiple choice. So if you get it, you get it.
Ooh, trouble.
All right, I'm going to ask a few questions here, and then we'll move on to round 3. and then
Okay.
All right, so the current score is 3-2-8. Gillis is
Anytime.
leading. How's Gillis is
Ouch.
leading with 8?
Ouch.
All right,
It's Game of Thrones,
question
anything
number
can
1
happen.
in round 2. Who wrote The Game of Thrones?
Whitney. George R. Martin.
You're correct, sir.
Hold on.
You just give me that?
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't say it was going to be harder or anything. This is no
Jeez.
multiple choice.
Taking pity over there.
What is the symbol of the House of Stark?
Whitney.
Ah.
A direwolf.
You're correct. Woo! Someone's
Yeah.
catching up.
It's
Bonus
that buzzer
round.
mode. Buzzer mode. I gotta get on it.
How many children do Eddard and Catelyn Stark have in the Game
Gillis.
of Thrones?
I just had to get ahead of it.
Yes.
They have Rob. Is it both of them together?
The two of them. How many kids do they have together?
Oh, okay. Five.
You're correct. Some people might say Rob, mistakenly put Robin. Or not Rob,
No.
but John.
John.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I knew that. Didn't you say Eddard?
Yes,
This
his name is
name.
Eddard.
Oh.
They call him
see,
Ned, for
I don't
sure.
even know anything.
All right. Let's see. All right. In the Game of Thrones, where's the Iron Throne located?
Gillis.
Whitney.
Damn it. It is in the Red Keep, which is on the. Do I have to, like?
Yeah, you gotta say exact words.
Oh no! Okay, fourth grade.
Whitney. King's Landing.
Damn it!
Yes.
That's it. Well done.
I
well
just
done.
thought of it at the very last second.
Yeah.
I hate you.
I kept thinking
I
Westeros.
hate you so much. It is Westeros.
It is
I know,
Westeros,
but
yeah.
I was like, that's
Yeah.
very
More
nice.
specific. Yeah. All right. In the Game of Thrones, Jaime Lannister is known as the Kingslayer. Which king did he kill?
Whitney.
Gillis.
The Mad King.
You're correct.
Oh, is that it? That's it? That's it? You don't have a name?
Yeah, the Mad King. I mean,
Serious?
that's his nickname. It's close enough. What were you going to say?
I'm gonna say Aegon.
It's Ares the Second.
was
Jaime
wrong anyway.
kills the Mad King
I
at
was
the
wrong
end
anyway.
of Robert's Rebellion. Ares was Targaryen.
I know it was a Targaryen.
But yeah,
That's fine,
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's right. You got it. Whitney got it.
Yeah.
All right, the current score is
Shut up.
7
Shut
to
up.
9.
Shut up.
No, you're still leading. You're
I
still
know.
doing good.
Terrible.
All right, in the Game of Thrones, each of the Stark children has a direwolf, whose direwolf is called Grey Wind.
Gillis.
Yes,
Rob Stark.
you're correct.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'll let her have it.
This one.
You're on it.
This one time.
All right, in the Game of Thrones, which house uses the motto "Growing Strong"?
Gillis.
Yes,
Tyrell.
you're correct.
Wow.
Well, that was a hard one. I did not know that.
No, the rose is their emblem.
Yeah, makes sense.
Garden. Growing. Strong. Got it.
All right, we have 2 more questions in round 2.
Ready. One word answers. I'm a
In
pro.
the Game of Thrones, it is revealed that Robert is not the father of Joffrey. Who is?
Gillis. Jaime Lannister.
You're correct.
Oh. I knew that.
You did.
It's somewhere in deep.
Yeah, you knew
The
it.
current
Duh.
score is House
an
Whitney
easy
7, House Gillis 12.
I'm like the Lannisters. I'm coming up behind, yo. Gonna smack you in the back. I'm still ahead, always.
All right, we have one more question in round this.
Lucy.
All right.
She's got the lucky hook over there.
I'm sipping on it. Just
taking
chill.
my power.
Just chill.
All right, the House Targaryen is virtually destroyed before the start of Game of Thrones. Where do the last members of the family take refuge.
Oh.
Let the priests argue over good and evil. They can live in
I know where, I just don't know the name.
Take a guess. It's not going to hurt you if you take a guess.
I'm just gonna
Get one
say
guess.
it's
The country will rally to their
Plains
side.
Dothraki. What's your map?
Okay, Matt, you want to answer? And whoever gets it closest maybe gets it?
No, guess. Come on.
I don't know. It's where the
Yeah,
Dothraki live.
It's kind of a hard one. No, it's the Free Cities.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
You know, they met up with that one dude.
It's like north of Atlantis and Marine.
the brother of Viserys and Daenerys. They go to that one dude, and then he hooks him up with the Dothraki.
And this is based on the TV series, not the books.
This is based on both. I mean, those are both pretty much parallel with the books and the.
'Cause in the
TV
books-
series.
There's another Targaryen floating around somewhere.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, Daenerys' twin.
Sean,
Oh
what's
shit! I didn't know
your-
that.
Sean, what's your address?
4 for the podcast people out there. No, it's not.
You getting her to come pick you up?
Yeah.
You gonna have another beer?
Good woman.
Sure.
Yeah, get another one.
Well, over there.
Get it.
I can only get
Get it.
up so many times.
Get
All right,
it.
let me get the.
Just
All right.
wait, does
Okay,
this mean I get to meet her?
Go get your beer. I'm going to explain what the
She has to come
third
down.
round's all about.
Matthew, I want to meet her.
Oh, okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are entering into the third round of the Game of Thrones trivia match on Cabin Fever Podcast. I'm your host, Sean, and we have House Whitney, House Gillis. House Gillis is currently dominating over House
Dominating?
Whitney. The current score is
Know your place, bitch.
12-7.
Wow.
All right, in this last
I like
round,
Game of Thrones. I like
you have
fantasy movies.
you have your points. All these points you can bet. So, Rachel, you can bet all 12 points, or you can bet no points. You can bet
Can I gain
1
a point?
point. Huh?
Can I gain a point, or do I have to bet a point to get a point?
You got to bet a point, and then if you get the question right, then you get whatever amount
Okay.
of points you bet.
Becomes
Then you get
So
your
this is one question.
one question, your final question.
All right, I'll bet all my points.
Yeah, I think you probably should.
Wait, what is Rachel gonna bet?
7 to 12. That's it's up to her what she bets. All right, so you have 12 points. You have 7 points to play with.
Everybody knows the score.
I just want to let everyone know.
We're just being
understand
clear.
it.
We're just being clear.
Yep. All right. I'll give you a minute. Let Matt pour out his beer. We'll get settled.
He's got some
We'll
extra head there.
channel all
Little
of
bit.
the Game of Thrones knowledge it has come to
Yep.
Look
you.
at his tongue out. He's got a little bit of extra.
Well, Matt's letting loose now. He does not have to drive anywhere now.
It's awesome.
Game on.
That's a good
for
comeback.
Game of
Listening to
Thrones.
this. Thanks,
So, yeah, seriously. Thank you. Thank you. Kylan, appreciate it. I don't know you yet, but I will.
I'm gonna get to know you.
Not like that. Nope. Nope, guys. No.
I didn't ask.
It's okay. It'll never happen. It's okay. Just putting that out there.
All right. Should you guys write the
Everyone has
question
a prize.
down, or do you just want to say it? I'll call on you.
Well, we should
individually.
write it.
Okay.
No.
Write it.
Yeah.
Let me
Whoa.
get some post-it notes.
Whoa. Whoa, like.
Yeah. Write the amount of points that you bet and your answer.
Oh, like Jeopardy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Can I write?
You can write whatever you want on there, I guess. You can draw a picture when you look like naked for all I care.
Three? Can I...
Read?
Okay, this is the final question.
I'm writing.
Are
Wait.
you ready?
Wait. I gotta write my answer. That's mine.
I definitely didn't know that. W or a G, probably good. Okay.
Is it a G? Oh, because of Gillis.
Yeah, G, W. G, W.
Not me.
Okay. The final question is, in the episode, The Red Wedding, who was the first to be attacked by Lord Frey's men? Think about it. Rewind.
I got it. I'm ready. I
Alright.
don't remember her name. Do I remember her name? What's that?
Oh,
Yep.
so it's a
Oh,
woman.
Juanita.
I just gave it.
Oh, ba 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 ba. Oh.
Ah.
Shabuya. Shabuya roll call. 5, 4, 3.
I'm not ready yet.
All right, fold it up. Bring it over. Matt's in.
Bonus points for being in.
That's not a name. Son of a bitch.
And ladies and gentlemen, the judges are reviewing. Wow.
Can you read any of that?
She wrote a novel. Gillis R.R. Martin.
First off, she wrote Gillis the best and underlined best
What?
several times.
And Gillis.
Wow.
I'm ready. I'm ready for you.
Confident.
What? She got it. She's...
Can you just read them?
Well, you both answered correctly. You just didn't give me her name.
We don't know her name.
No.
Son of a bitch.
So you wrote, Gillis wrote wife, the lady,
Rob's wife,
something.
the lady from Volantis.
Oh, yes.
Valantia.
Oh, yes, which is very close. And then
What
Rob's
was her
wife,
wager? What was her wager?
Bet it all.
Oh, I didn't
What'd you
wager.
bet?
I didn't wager. I didn't wager. I forgot.
So then you didn't bet anything then.
2 points. 2 points. We'll just do 2. Just do a low 2. We'll do a low 2. Because I didn't wager. I feel like that's cheated if I say the whole 12. Okay, 12.
That was the only thing you had to do.
12.
I don't know what to do now because,
You don't have a new question?
Wait.
Well, Matt,
Can you
read
refresh the
mine
question?
all
Can
the
you
way
refresh the
through.
question?
Okay.
Can you do this the other way?
House Whitney rocks, Rob's wife, bet it all. So that means Matt has currently 14 points.
I didn't write what I thought.
Gillis, the best. Rob's... What? What's that there? Wife, the lady of Volantis. Well, I do get what she's saying there. But there's no points bet.
I didn't bet any points. I
That means
forgot.
it's 12 to
I
14, I
forgot.
think. I'm pretty sure it's 12 to 14
I
then.
forgot to bet points.
I think Matt Whitney just came back from the despair of nothing.
That's bullshit. But also the rules of the game. Of
Yeah.
Thrones.
Ooh,
Okay, alright.
Gotta follow the rules if you want to win.
I'm gonna go to McConaughey for now. Alright.
Her name is Talissa. Talissa.
Yeah, she dies early on. She's only there for one season. I don't know her.
It's hard to remember these names,
The
right?
Red Wedding's in like the 4th season.
Yeah.
She's only there for one season.
Yeah.
Oh,
only
she's
there
only
for
there
one
for
season.
one season.
Yeah.
I got
Well, you guys
you.
both did phenomenal. I think that was a fun little testing.
I think I should have
trivia
been moderator
knowledge.
between you two.
Probably. We probably would have had a more even
Well,
match.
Yeah.
you should have made up the game, my friend. Next time. That was awesome. That was
Alright.
awesome. Matt is the current reigning champ, even
Yeah.
though
Sadly.
it could have been.
Yeah,
Could have been
uh-huh.
different.
Sure. I just bet some fucking points, so it would have been fine. Who was champ before that last round? Let's talk about it.
Nobody.
7 to 12.
Yeah. The
Two.
comeback kid.
Two
comeback kid over here.
points. 2 points.
Yeah.
Where did Arya hide her sword needle?
In the water by the docks
Not anymore.
or in the stones.
Who was her mentor? Who was her mentor?
Oh, Jacques or whatever.
Oh, look at this guy!
Yeah,
He's
pretty
busting
good,
out. He's coming out
I
now.
like that
He
guy.
asked the wrong questions. That's what happened.
I think I-
Oh, now let's blame the guy running the
Yeah, Matt,
show
it was
here.
all his fault, right?
we should have called Sean Jacques because all he does is ask questions. Oh, that's an inside.
Very vague.
Nice roast.
Like,
Nice roast. I like it. Let's bring it on.
It's a good old Westeros burn.
you got me. All right. So moving on from here. So I kind of want. What?
Oh, I thought you were asking more questions.
Oh
I
no!
was like,
We're good on the
Put
Game
it
of
in.
Thrones. You're a current reigning champ
you.
right here. House Whitney, Gold Star.
Hurts
He
me.
is currently reigning in the Iron Throne.
Iron Throne's a
Look,
long
it's
time.
pretty. Yeah, you got to
Pointy?
find it just right,
Pointy?
man. Those
Little
swords.
Sharp, little circle
Yeah,
there?
Joffrey
Yeah.
always had a hard time getting comfortable. In
No
there.
pain, no gain.
Yeah, cheering that.
Do plenty of squats, lift up those ass muscles, you'd be good.
Yeah. Just nominate me Henry King. Let's see what happens.
All right, so right, so if you're still listening to this podcast, I definitely highly recommend you going back and listening to our podcast we did called, just plainly, The Script. And that's where Matt Whitney resurrected a script that he did way back in the day. And we were able, he brought it to the podcast, we kind of acted it out and had a good time with it. But I would like to do, as kind of like a fun project for people who like to come on Cabin Fever, like our current guest here, Rachel Gillis, who we have on all the time. We love having her on. She's a fun, creative force on the show. And we want to do a script writing kind of project where how Matt did, he basically brought a 2-page script to us, and we just kind of acted it out and had a fun time with it. And I'm hoping that we could all kind of like creatively come together and do our own little individual scripts down the road. So, along with book chat and book club, all this other stuff, hopefully we can do a screenwriting thing. So, are you guys down to do that? Have a good old time with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. And when I mean script, I mean it could be anything: comedy, drama. It could be a horror, sci-fi, anything and everything. Anything that your creative mind can come up with. It can be 50 Shades of Grey with a Gillis twist on it.
Ew. I don't like 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Gay. No one take that idea.
I live in Hillcrest.
It's yours.
I live in
It's
Hillcrest. I said
yours.
that first. I live in Hillcrest. I said that first. Before Whitney copyrighted that, I said, no one lives in Hillcrest. I live in Hillcrest.
That's fun. I'm already churning out ideas in my
Yes,
mind.
yeah, especially
Totally
when
can
you're
have
just
it.
out and about. Maybe you're doing your day-to-day job and you're just lost in thought, and maybe you start coming up with an idea.
Is
for a
this
script.
a 3-character?
No, okay. So
What are we
what
doing
would you
here?
guys like to do? Like, we could have like a narrator, and then maybe like 3 or 4 characters. We could kind of have some parameters, just so it has a good flow to it. Like, we could have like another 4th person, like we had on last time with Jason, or we could just kind of do it for the 3 of us, or Taylor, any way you want. You could have all women characters in your script, whatever you want.
I would like to say 5-person or 5 to 6, 4 to 6, 4 to 6 person maximum, with a 2-scene max. Also.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Because then it's
absolutely.
like, because we could coordinate with somebody else,
Right.
but we don't have to.
Mhm.
If it's 6 people, like 6 characters, then we could each take on 2 parts. With different character voices or whatever.
So here's a question. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh. Should we submit the scripts beforehand before we read, or should we read them first go live? Oh, shoot. My phone's going to die.
Yeah, if you're reading
Give
a
her
lot
my
of parts
number.
like I had to last time, it would have been a lot more beneficial if I was able to just like read through everything and kind of know what I'm getting into and everything like that. So I don't know. Like it's almost fun to just read it off the cuff as you're going.
I kind of like
Yeah,
it,
I like that too.
like just for experience, like
Yeah.
that being the experience that we're having. Like,
And so we did just do it our first time. So maybe the second time around, maybe you'd be more willing to throw a little bit of a crazy accent
well,
behind somebody.
like a soap
or-
opera, you know, like they only get like an hour beforehand to like
Right,
read
yeah,
through the
yeah,
script
yeah.
to see what's
Oh,
going
I didn't
on.
know that.
So like we get here. And it takes a little bit of time to set up, so we have some time to set up, and then
Well,
we
maybe
like
with your
we read
script-
for like 5 minutes, so we can read through the script. Like, oh, it's only 2 scenes. It's
Right,
not that
yeah.
at the
Yeah.
most. Like
It's not
that's
like,
a
not like we're
maximum.
actors or anything. We just want to have like a fun
experience.
creative time, you know? Yeah,
Okay.
and do something fun
So just to
with the
open with that.
podcast. And I think, I think just kind of doing it off the cuff, and maybe doing just like minor, like, this is what this character's kind of like. When you said you have that Jason character, is like he's more of like a stoner character, and you know, just
Oh,
kind of
right.
a little base to build off of for each character, and then the person who ends up getting that part can build off of it how they want to, type of thing. And then take it maybe in ways you wouldn't even thought when you were originally writing out that part for that.
Well, it's always fun to
specific
see
character.
an actor's interpretation
Exactly. Yes.
of your character.
Absolutely.
So like the
Yeah.
scene, it's like that's part of
Oh,
like
Matt's wheels are turning
Yeah,
over
they
here.
are.
It's like, sex scenes. What can I do?
it's like part of the fun of like being a writer is that
Yeah.
you or a
Well,
creator.
you're creating a world. You
know?
You
Yeah.
can do whatever.
Well,
Is this
you're-
thing still going?
Not really.
No.
Okay, we should wrap it up. before my
Yeah, we
computer
should wrap
dies.
it up. All right, so
Rachel, thanks for coming on.
No, let's do some recommendations real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody got recommendations? We
I
can
do.
Kick it off. All right, awesome. Matt Whitney.
I recommended it before, but I just
Yeah.
was listening to it again. There's a podcast called Presidential. It's put on by the Washington Post.
Oh.
Every week they highlight a different president through all the presidencies, and they're leading up. Their final one will be like right before the election, so they've been doing it all year, and they're pretty short, like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and it's not a typical like history. You know, here are the facts about a president. They usually take a president and they touch on certain attributes of the president. For instance, Thomas Jefferson, they touch on his relationship with slavery and how much he likes food. And so they do interviews and they give you all this kind of like really cool depth to the different presidents.
So
and I've been
just type in presidential and then
presidential.
It comes up? Okay.
Yep. And
So are they
cool.
going to end it with like Obama, like leading
Yeah,
the next
I'm
president
assuming
type
so.
of thing? Oh, cool.
They're still working on them,
awesome.
so
That's really
they're
awesome.
they're really interesting. I like to listen to them.
Oh, that's badass.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Very
Mhm.
cool. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay, recommendations. I would recommend watching, since I just watched this, Only Lovers Left Alive.
Mm-hmm.
I just came here fresh from watching that, and it was very good. Tilda Swinton and Tom Hiddleston.
I love Tilda Swinton.
I love Tom Hiddleston, so we're...
all of them are phenomenal actors.
It was a really great indie film, very melancholy though, so make sure you're in the right mood to watch it. When it comes to podcasts, I do have to reiterate the Tom Ferriss podcast. I really enjoyed that. Thank you, Matt Whitney, for recommending it.
It's Tim Ferriss.
Did I say Tom?
Yeah.
Tim.
You had Tom Hiddleston in your brain.
Yeah.
I did. Exactly where I came from. Ferris is the last one to remember.
Yep.
But it is very, very informative and very interesting listening to all those different people talk about their lifestyle. So, absolutely 100%. As far as books go, I think I would recommend, definitely, I can't remember its name right now, the Foundation series by... It's like very classic, and I can't remember his name. I am a failure when it comes to literary classics.
Google
Look it up. Google
Foundation
it.
class, whatever. It's like right there. Anyway, go for it.
We'll find it. All right, so I'm going to recommend a couple of television because I am a television fanatic. So the new season of The Narcos is out right now. I haven't finished it, but the first couple of episodes obviously are amazing. The first season's phenomenal if you're into the whole drug war, the whole narcos craze. It follows Pablo Escobar and his rise to this insane just drug lord and Colombian just force of nature. It's just such an incredible series. They do a really, really great job with it. And then my next suggestion would be, have you guys watched Mr. Robot?
No,
but I want to.
I
highly recommend Mr. Robot's really, really good. The last name of the actor is Malik, I want to say. He's so good. He's the main character in Mr. Robot. Such a phenomenal show. Like, really, really, really good. And they're on the second season right now. I haven't started the second season. I'm rewatching the first season right now. And, I couldn't recommend it even more. Such a good show. And Matt Whitney and I will be seeing Bayside tomorrow. Hell yeah, I'm so goddamn excited.
Good
And
for
Matt
you guys.
Whitney will be officially an uncle. His sister will be giving birth. What's more crazy than that? A new life will be joining us tomorrow, and we're somehow affiliated with it through Matt Whitney. It's pretty incredible, and I'm very excited. I'm excited for Kara. I'm excited for Matt. I'm excited for your entire family and everyone involved. I cannot wait to see photos and videos, and I'm so stoked. This is going to be a very happy event. I will be praying and keeping my positive thoughts that everything goes smoothly tomorrow for Kara and everybody else. So it's so excited, so incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. Everybody, you can find me at Sean Evans Photo, that's SeanEvansPhoto, and that's on Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram. I don't really like Facebook. Don't follow me on Facebook. But definitely follow Cabin Fever Podcast on Facebook. That's what I recommend.
Yeah.
Follow Cabin Fever Podcast on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter if you want to, or Snapchat or whatever.
And subscribe.
And please subscribe, and we are officially back on iTunes and all the platforms where you can find podcasts. We're back on there. We're going to start uploading all the new episodes, so please check us out. We're out there. That's it.
Bye.
If there's anything else. Bye.
Is that who got?
a coat of gold, a coat of red, a lion still has claws, and mine are long and sharp, my lord, as long and sharp as yours. And so he spoke, and so he spoke, that Lord Augusta real. And now the rains we bore his walls, with no one there to hear. Yes, now the rains we bore his walls, and not a soul to hear.